So I wanted to show you what I do in order to get my nails ready to put my wraps on. So first I use cuticle remover. I know it's going to be backwards. This makes it so that it's easier for you to get those cuticles off of your nail, the invisible cuticles. So you're going to twist it down. There we go. And I just put a little bit around each of my nails. Now, and then I immediately take my cuticle oil. You can use the pen, or you can use any oil. You don't have to use Jamberry oil, but it is nice to have if you don't have any. So make sure you get some from somewhere. If you need some, let me know. I can get you some. Okay, I'm going to show you. I go all the way down to my first knuckle, then I go all the way around my nail, back behind, get into that nail, some goop back here, everywhere. So then I just come in and I rub it in. Okay. And then you can either use your nail and scrape around. I like to use just my fingernail sometimes, but then if you have really bad cuticles on your nail or that you need to push back, you can use our cuticle spoon pusher. This really is easy, but don't over push. It can damage your nails if you get into it too hard. That's the thing about nail wraps. It's going to take a little bit to get the hang of it. I know some of you may have done it once and said, forget it, it's not worth it. But I can promise you after application 2 or 3, it makes it so much easier. Because you finally know what size wraps you're going to use. You make sure they're not touching your nails. It's just like painting your nails. It's not easy the first time, but then it gets easier with time. Okay, then I rub it in even better. Those nails are pretty much prepped. The one thing that you should do if you haven't applied them a whole lot is do a little brush. Not a lot, just enough to make it so it's not super slippery. As you put those wraps on, it helps the adhesion stay a little bit better. Okay, now the most important step. And this is one I tell people all the time, don't skip it. So I'm going to take you with me to do this step. So I keep my Dawn Dish soap, see, blue, because it helps get the grease off of everything, including your nails. If you don't wash with Dawn Dish soap, there is no promise that they'll stay on for longer than a couple days. Back on in a little bit and show you how I do my application of my wraps also. And I might have some done when I get back here. All right, thanks you guys for joining me. I hope this helped a little bit really well. So I've got some done. I wanted to show you like kind of my whole process, but not take the whole time. So some people just clip straight down to where their wrap is on their nail. So they clip a little bit of their nail and then they're good. Me, I have to have it a little bit further towards the back of my nail so it doesn't hang over at all. So I'll kind of feel it here, make sure it's not hanging. So you can see I have a little bit of an angle going towards the back of my nail. Only file down, do not file up because it lifts the wrap and then it makes it so it's not sticky there on the tip. Okay. All right. So then kind of, I have some people that say do the shirt test and make sure it doesn't get caught on your shirt. Okay, so those are filed now. And then I'll do a heat on them before I can say, yep, I'm done. So I've got my heater on. Super quiet, love it. If you're still using a hairdryer and haven't gotten a heater, I really suggest getting a heater if you've not had great application success and having them last longer. The heater really makes a big difference because it heats it at an even temperature. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I apply them and then how I recommend you apply them at first. So I'm going to add this fun tinsel poinsettia to my manicure of holiday cheer. This one's back in for this year. You can still order it, but you won't get it before Christmas. So I take it, I just use my nail, I don't touch it with my skin. I stick it onto my orange stick in the middle. And then I heat it for about 3 seconds, not very long. You don't want it super curled. Okay, we're gonna see if I can do this. I'm not flipping you guys off, I promise. Okay. So I don't usually do it in this direction, but I think I'll get it to work. Make sure I got it not too far down. Okay, well that looks really funny. Okay, so I find that my nails have started to curl a little bit more. They do that when I keep polish and lacquer on them and whatnot. So then you heat it on one side. It's called the 1, 2, 3 method. And then you'll heat it on the other side. You guys can see that. and then you'll push it down. So you do from middle to side to side. Make sure you get it all the way. Now I get to show you a cool trick that I use too, because sometimes our application isn't perfect. That it happens. I get it. I do it quite frequently. I hate to say it, but it's not really quite in the middle. So I've got it a little too close to my skin, and it's going to just keep puckering if I don't do a clip. So I take my straight scissors. They're not the curved scissors. And then I'll lift the wrap just on the side a little bit and kind of push my scissors down. Then I just cut that very edge off. It's really not super hard after the first couple times that you do it. I've done it a lot. Okay, so now it's a little bit further away from the side of my nail. Don't want it touching your skin at all, guys. And then for my heat, I do the baggie method. So I wrap it with a baggie, and then I heat it. So then you rub it before you take the baggie off. If you remember, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. I forget half the time. And you'll come in, you'll make sure you've got it sitting all around by pushing with your cuticle pusher. So there's that one. Now I'm going to show you, I'll put this back. I'm just going to do one hand while I'm demonstrating. So I'm going to show you how beginners should probably put their wraps on. So you've got your sheet. You're going to come and you're going to cut just the wrap that you want in half with your straight scissors. And then you take your orange stick, you're going to lift that in the middle, you're going to grab it like that. So I have to cut my thumb wraps so they're not as rounded at the bottom, because if you'll look at your thumb, you'll know, is it more squared than the rest of your nails? Mine is a little bit more squared right here at the cuticle than the rest of my nails are. I trim my wrap so it will match my nail. See how it's a little bit more squared? And then you'll heat it. And then you'll apply. I'm going to check it. If I get it wrong, I'll cry. No crying with jams. Okay. I still think, okay, and I'm not putting the very top. It's okay if you touch that with your skin, because that's just going in the garbage anyway, right? Okay. So there it is, hopefully centered. And then we do a heat on one side, push it over, a heat on the other side, and then push it. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so there it is, applied to my thumb. And then I take my scissors. You can take your straight scissors or curved scissors and just cut it closer to my nail. Do not cut it all the way to your nail, because when you heat it, it's going to shrink a bit, and you don't want it to shrink down smaller than the size of your nail. So then you'll heat it. Gonna get hot. If you have little ones, rice bag works. They may not like the mini heater. I've had some kids at vendor events that really didn't like it, and I didn't have another option. So rice bags work really well. Heat it up in the microwave. Or hand warmers, if you have those handy. I know it's winter, so people have them around a little bit more. So that might help. Okay. Then you push it down with your cuticle pusher. You're good to go. So now I can file my middle finger wrap with, I love to use my Jamberry glass nail file. Then these nail files are awesome because it leaves a better edge once you're done filing. It doesn't leave it all rigid. Okay, all filed there in the middle. I want to show you how I True Shine, guys. True Shine has saved my life. Okay, not my life. My nail life? My wrap life. So True Shine makes it so that you can wash your hands as soon as you're done. You don't want to wash your hands after applying wraps for a couple hours, because some people don't have a problem. Melissa, my upline, doesn't have a problem. I don't understand. But I do. So I can't wash my hands for a couple hours. Okay, so then a quick heat on those last two. The True Shine makes it just so that I am stress-free. I am really hard on my nails. So sometimes if I don't use True Shine, maybe a week to a week and a half is about how long I get on my wraps. So it does say up to 2 weeks, and it really does depend on your body makeup, how long things are going to work for you. So don't be all upset because they're not working as long for you. You have to remember your body makeup has a lot to do with how long it's going to work. Okay, here's a True Shine base coat. So I've got my wraps on. I'm just going to do one nail for you for quick reasons. Okay, so you come and you do it tipping. Is that what it's called? Oh my gosh, that's not what it's called. I can't remember right now. And then you do one coat this way. And the best thing, I don't ever be super careful with this because you can just take it off with your nail if you have any extra on it at all. It's the best because it's not going to set and it's not going to stay until you've cured it. So that's done. I'm going to take my curing lamp and I'm not going to face it towards you because it's a really strange blue light and it's going to look funky on the screen. See my face? There we go. So 45 seconds. We have to stand by for 45 seconds. Okay, then you're going to cap with your top coat. True Shine top coat right here. See how fast that was for that base coat? Okay. Then I clean off the sides because if you keep this and it touches your skin, it can pop right off. Not necessarily the wrap, but it can peel a little bit easier. If you're only True Shining, it can pop off. Okay, then I go back to my curing lamp. It's not hard, guys. I love True Shine. And then they are waterproof. They last longer. It makes it so that you can use them a little bit easier without worrying about them lifting, your wraps lifting. So I love it. Right now you can get, here's the top coat. Here's the top coat. You can get the top coat, the base coat, and the curing lamp, all for $70, which would normally be $84 if I remember right. So it's totally worth it. It's not a special. I think they're going to keep it like that for a long time. So anytime that you have the money to do it, I suggest you do it if you love your jams as much as I do because it makes them last so amazing. It's all done, guys. It's sticky if you don't clean it off. It's got a little bit of a film left over. So you just rub it with alcohol or whatever. Okay, all done, already set, thick. It makes it thicker so your nails don't break as easier too, so they can grow out. So there's my finished mani on that hand, guys. All right, you guys, I hope that you're doing well. Let me know if you have any other questions or if you're having any other issues that I can help you with. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so this is our wrap, nail wrap and lacquer remover, guys. Life changer, okay? So I just push it down just a smidge and get enough in the top. And then I have just a small makeup brush. I got it for like $1 at Walmart. Then you're gonna get it wet with the lacquer remover. And I have someone who tried it with just a regular nail polish remover, and it didn't leave such a good result with her nail. It dried it out, and this does not dry it out. So then you're gonna stick that underneath your wrap. And you're just gonna rub it back and forth. So I find I'll just stick it back in my lacquer and wrap remover. Stick it back up here. It's gonna come right off. No soaking, no mess. No stress that you might be damaging your nails. Really, no damage. I don't think I've ever been so excited to take my wraps off. So there it is. This one was already off. It's just got some fuzz on it. Came off. That makes me happy. Now there's a little sticky left on it, right? Because there's adhesive, and so I just take some of the nail polish remover. Take it off. Voila. So easy! Love with it. I won't ever go back to any other way of removing ever again. So, and the thing that's nice, this dispenser bottle is 18, if I remember right, 16, 18. I need to look that up, because it's 19. I know, I thought it was less too. So especially when you're using a brush, it's not using as much. And then the refill is 8 ounces. You get twice as much, and it's $25. So it's only $6 more to get twice as much. And you can just refill it right into here, so you don't have to re-buy this every time. They didn't used to do that. They used to make it so that you have to buy this every single time. It's amazing, guys. Removal. Do it right. Because I'd been saying use coconut oil. If it's working for you, that's great. You can keep using it. But if you're finding that you've got a little bit of damage starting, I really do suggest
moving to the nail wrap and lacquer remover. All right, thanks you guys for joining me.